Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, some people are there. Sorry, I was over there sharing and I didn't see you guys. Hi, Taylor. Hi, T. So this is a page I just did for another YouTube challenge that I'm doing. I just thought I would show you guys that. It'll be on my channel in a couple of weeks. So I love how it turned out, but I thought I'd show you guys this while we're waiting for people to come in. Because we are going to try really hard. I'm trying really hard to kill my old Wonders kit. And this is all Paige Evans Wonders. And I did my journaling right on that. And you can just barely realize it, but super fun. See a few people here. I'm going to turn this light on, try to get some extra light. That bounce. So how is everybody today? Everybody doing good? Where am I? There. Okay, everybody's quiet today. Getting up and getting around. I know. Well, I don't even have my coffee up here. I finished my coffee. Hey, Amy. Okay, so today we are tackling, we're going to be tackling the flower challenge for May. As you guys remember, my first live of the month was May 4th. So I completely avoided the flower challenge. Did the challenge from Sarah to use different size photos and instead did a Star Wars theme because it was May the 4th and that's the best holiday ever. So today I'm finally getting around to doing the flowers. So I put in the event a link to just Paige Evans. My opinion is a lot of Paige Evans looks the same. So the collection that I had all of and like extra was Wonders. So that's what I'm using. But if you go to the link to the Paige Evans collections, you're going to find similar product. So if you love the look of what I'm doing, Paige Evans kind of looks the same, much like Vicki Boutin looks the same, much like Chamel looks the same. They may be a slightly different color scheme, or they may be a different theme, like Paige Evans' Halloween collection, which I absolutely love. But the floral patterns and kind of the patterns look the same. So if you see something here and you think, oh, I really wish I had that, even though they don't have Wonders in the shop, she has a few other Paige Evans collections that are going to have similar designs. So I would recommend going to that. But the other thing I pulled out was I went to my little container of flowers and brads, and I have pulled out some flower brads that match this collection, some flowers, some brads as the center of flowers. And so what I'm also thinking we're going to do today is Michelle's challenge, excuse me, from the crop, which is to use a supply in 3 ways. So we're going to try to use brads in 3 ways. We're going to use them as the center of flowers. We're just going to use the brad as flowers. And then we're going to use some of these brads in lieu of enamel dots. So we're going to use these brads in 3 different ways on our page. One is flowers, one is the center of flowers, and one just as the enamel dots on our page. So that's our plan with flowers. This is a good time to do a check-in on the crop challenges there were only 10 of them, but hopefully you guys have been getting some of them done. I'm going to move my mouse over so that we have room on the desk. Okay, so what do I have? I have not a lot of papers left from this collection. And I have 2 of these papers because I just haven't figured out what to do with it yet. I love this paper. I don't know what to do with it. And the back of it is like plants on a ledge. So I don't know what I'm doing with it. We have 1 full page of tags, a really cool orange that has some cut aparts on the back. I got some of the letters. This is sticking. I got some more tags. But what I was probably going to end up using today, because what I have is 2 pictures of Katie on our main street in front of a shop that's called Katie Walker. So this is a shop that just went up in Old Saybrook. And it's not spelled the same way she spells Katie, but it is her name twin. And I'm going to cut this I to make the rest of the T. I'll show you how we do that. But I thought we would do name twin. And I've got this paper to use as the background. And then I am super tempted to just go ahead and cut this and just do a horizontal layout. So I'm thinking about doing a big horizontal stripe across this with this, and maybe we'll find some other color that we can use to back these. It would be ideal if I could find a strip in one of these background papers. So we'll go ahead and start looking for that, but this is all the stuff I have. How does that sound? Good morning, Bobby. And I'm wondering what I have as strips already. So like I have some of that. Oh, look at this. These are all like the little pieces I have. And wouldn't this be great as a strip below that? Then I have the yellow. Oh, and I even have a pink. Oh, I got this orange. Let's do these. And let's see. I'm telling you, we're just having a good time right now. So let's punch some of these out, make a few border strips, then we will do the rest of the page. So let's do some border strips with these. Let's see what we got for border strips, border punches. I have my regular scallop. I have a fancy scallop with dots. And I have kind of a big, that one. And then I also got the Tim Holtz, which has scallops and torn edge and a zigzag. So we've got notebook paper. Oh, we got a taped on O in here. Notebook paper, a scallop, kind of a zipper tooth, torn edge, and a triangle. Honestly, I'm kind of leaning towards this one. Cut that page in half and make a double page layout. Oh, the other one, that was a while ago, but yeah. So what we're doing is we are going to have this in the middle, and then we're going to have these papers as little strips underneath, and I'm trying to pick what I want to use as the punch. And I'm leaning towards this one. So let's go ahead and do it and see what it looks like. And we'll do it on the blue. I missed one. See, I always do that when I do the oh, that wasn't good. That wasn't good. Well, you know, sometimes you screw up. This one again. Okay, so let's look and see how we like this. Oh, I think that's fun. Okay, let's just do these other two and then we'll figure out. So, of the people watching, how many of you have done at least one of the National Scrapbook Day challenges? At least one. And for the design team, I don't count your own. You have to have done a different challenge that's not yours. What is the name of the punch? That's an excellent question. It's an EK Success punch that looks like this. It doesn't have a name. EK Success. My punch collection, like this is Martha, is all uber old. So, unfortunately, that's EK Success. No idea where I got it. And you know, now that Joann's is going out of business, does everybody else have a little bit of a sad day when they found that out? My ability to like walk in a store and find random punches has gone down tremendously, right? But that's just the way it works. My daughter's super sad about Joann's because she's just gotten into sewing. Of course, like Joann's was like the one place you could go and get fabric. And so now she's got to find another place to get fabric. So she's been going to Joann's like every day as they're trying to clearance sale and getting as much clearance sale stuff as she can on fabric that she likes, but still. It's definitely going to make it harder because like Michael's doesn't have a good fabric selection. I don't even know who's left that has fabric. At least for craft supplies, we can usually find a place that sells, I mean, even Walmart has craft supplies. But for good fabric, that's hard. Okay. This, super fun. I'm going to put these together and then I'm going to cut them. You never made it to Joann's. Oh. Joann's never had, in my opinion, I mean, some of them did. They didn't have like the best scrapbooking collection because, I mean, they were originally a fabric store. So for my daughter who's into sewing, it was like the perfect place to go. I never went there as much as she did because I'm not Like I have sewn, and I sewed when my children were little. I sewed like Halloween costumes and stuff for like school activities, plays, that kind of stuff. But I never just sewed for the sake of sewing. Whereas now she is sewing for the sake of sewing. Put these back. I know some of the bigger Walmarts, I think like the super Walmarts, have a fabric section. That we don't have a super Walmart in our town, but like the 2 towns over does. So you're right, T. There's some places in Walmart you can still get fabric. Okay. Awesome. Let's put that together. And then let's cut the selvage off and then cut these apart and figure out how big we need it. Oh, that was bad. Bad cut. Okay, these are about 5.5 inches tall. So we need this to be 6 inches. Awesome. Let me put that over here. Fun. Okay. Base of page done. Okay, I think I'm going to keep them straight. Keep them straight. We'll embellish over here. We're going to put the title here. So, May challenge. I've had a frog in my throat for like 3 days. I'm going to apologize. I'm trying to drink as much water as I can, but okay, so all I've seen so far is that T has done 1 challenge other than her own. So the question is, has anybody else done our cross challenges, which were this, I'm telling you right now, this tape, this particular, so I get my tape delivered from Amazon is how I do it in like a pack of like, I want to say 10. And the particular pack that I'm on, the pack of 10 I'm on, are all warped. So they are, it's like been a month of me dealing with this. And I'm just, because I know it's every one of them, and I'm just too cheap to like throw that whole section away. I'm just dealing with it. Just dealing with it. Okay. Now let's put, so these, and I know these are in the store because I saw them. These are the titles, the font that was in this collection. And I showed it to you earlier. Let's see if I can find it. Anyway, I know these are available. They're super cute. Here we go. They came in all different colors. So if you are interested, these are still available in the store. And they go with a lot of other collections, not just this one. But I like them because they are italics. Okay. So what we have to do with this is cut just a little bit off. So that we can have a T. And that's just too much still. There we go. And this still has some paper on it, so I got to pull that off. So we have name twin. Cool. So next, I've got so much stuff. Let's go back through and figure out. Here's some. I think I want to do that tag. And I'm searching desperately for my ephemera pack that has the extra flowers. Excellent. Morning, Gina. So Taylor's done 2, hoping to get more done today. That's excellent. I don't want that one because that's blue and blue. Let's do this blue and blue. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, I do love her. We do have love you. Might put that there. And the first thing we could do with one of our brads is use it as the center of this tag. Look at that. Hey, Sarah. So we are doing 2 challenges. The first one is we're doing obviously the May monthly challenge of having florals on your layout. So I'm doing that with both the embellishments and the paper from my Paige Evans collection. And then we're also going to try to use brads in 3 ways. So here's a brad kind of 2 ways, as the hole of the holder of a tag in the middle, cover up the hole, and as a brad is the middle of the flower. So there you go. I have a ton of old flowers we're going to try to use, but let's also cut this out because I do like this tag. Oh, so cool. I'm going to do some writing there. I wish I had something that I have somewhere. Where is it? Ah. One thing I have is a whole bunch of, uh-oh. You guys still there? I think I hit my keyboard on accident. Okay, you guys still there? Everybody there? So I have time. Enjoy the little things. I think that's what I want. And I'm gonna put that right there. So I have these word phrase stamps, rolling stamps that I've had for a while that say different things. And sometimes you just have to use them. So we're going to enjoy the little things. Awesome. And then over there, simply me, which I think kind of goes with this picture and with the idea that she's outside a person's store that has her name. Awesome. Did that. Stamped there. I'm in a journal right here. So let's get this down. And now we got to decide how we want to do. The other thing I have is this button flower. We're going to use that as the holder for that particular tag hole. And I think Michelle had these buttons in the sale as part of another collection. I think this is actually my last one that I haven't used. So but it's a flower, so it goes with the theme. Awesome sauce. Let's see what's in here. I pulled out this right now, but I don't know. I feel like it's too dark. What do you guys think? Is it too dark? Yeah. Because I have this, I could use this tag instead. The idea is I really want to have 3 tags, right? So do a third tag right there, and we can put something on that. Look at my glue just all spewing out. It's, whew. I was really hoping I had a small, so many big flowers in here. There's so many big flowers in here. Okay. The only small one I have is that color or purple. I have these 3 small ones. Maybe that one will go better. Let's do that. Then happiness blooms from within. We can put down here. And then we'll figure out what to do. Maybe up in this corner. Do that. Need one more something up there. We can use a cute, well, the bee is pink. Dragonfly. Let's find another floral. Oh, look at that little stem. That's a cute little thing, but that doesn't really go. What do you think? See, I was just thinking that's a lot of big embellishments. Yes, it is. This particular set, and this is why I have mainly these embellishments left, is there's a lot of really big flowers. And then like some really cute stuff you could do with these. Like you could put like this and this together. But I mean, I think you guys know me well enough to know this is really not my jam of how I do things. So it's just a lot. It's a lot of big, and it's a lot of big like birds. I know we've discussed this multiple times, but who needs all of these birds and dragonfly? Look how many birds. Look how many birds. And I used a bunch of birds. I got 4 huge birds. Money with 4. And look at the size of this dragonfly. This dragonfly is basically the size of my hand. Like, how many layouts do you have that you need a huge dragonfly? But we're gonna use some of them today. We're gonna use some of them. But how do you guys like this so far? Good. And what we need to do is put something in the middle of that, put something there, and then we'll go from there. So I think this is good. I've got some flowers on the page. I used some floral paper, so we've met the challenge. I've used brads as both the center of a tag and as a center of a flower. So that's 2 ways. We'll just have to use a brad in a 3rd way for Michelle's challenge. Hey, Arlene. Hey, Taylor. Oh, hey, Tisa. No problem. So unfortunately, yes, there probably was a sticker sheet. I am at the end of this collection. So what I have left, Amy, is not a lot. So I don't have any big sticker sheets. Like the sticker sheets I have do not have the flowers left on them. I have already used all the little flowers. So like I have like the clear sticker flowers, but they're clear stickers. So we could use some of those and we'll do that. And like little butterflies. But the ephemera was all big honkin' flowers. Big honkin' flowers. Which, you know, it is what it is. Right? It is what it is. Do that there. Let's figure out what color we want in the middle of this. I got a green one. I do have a blue one. Where's my pokey tool? So last week we did grilled chicken on skewers, like for dinner on the grill. And everyone was so impressed at my ability to skewer the stickers skewer the meat without hurting myself. And I'm like, that's a scrapbooking. That's a scrapbooking thing. I know, Taylor, get new tape. If it wasn't for the fact that it is like 10 rolls that I know are all in the same situation. And that's like throwing $25 out. And $25 is, I know. Okay, when I say it out loud, $25 is not the end of the world. But to throw $25 out when I can make it work, which is what I've been doing, I've made it work, does seem a little silly. So anyway, I'm going to make it work. I believe this was a Sarah tip, but one of the things that I also like to do that Sarah does is when you have like winged items, if you pop up half of them, then it kind of gives a little bit more dimension. I'm going to make it work. We're going to make this tape runner work. And then when it's done, there's going to be much rejoicing. Much rejoicing when this particular roll. In fact, I already just got in from Amazon the other set. So I'm very close to not having to deal with this anymore. If you've been watching my YouTube channel at all, you've seen it for like 3 months or 2 months that I've been fighting with these tapes. But you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. And there's $25 that I can spend on different supplies. So, and I sigh every time. That's true. I sigh every time. Every time I'm like, why? Urgh! But it's okay. And what I don't want to do over here is cover up the Katie Walker, because that's kind of part of it. So I could do it like this and pop this one up. Yeah, that's what we'll do. But you know what? I may eventually just, if I can, I just want to use like maybe 4 of them. If I could just like use half, even 5, if I could use half of the tape in that set, and then I will feel like I haven't wasted $25. Oh yeah, I know, Sarah, this is you. This is your idea, right? Pop up the wings, pop up the wings. Love it. Okay. What have we not glued down? We haven't glued down over here. Anyway, so my skewering abilities, do we want to put brads in those two too? Oh, I think we do. Let's find some brads. I got a really cool greenish yellow one. I got a cool blue one. I just pulled some random brads. This has pink in the middle of it, so we'll do that. I just pulled some random brads out. I got 10 people watching. Okay, so we are doing the May challenge, which is to make sure you have florals on your project. So obviously we have some florals on our project. And then I am doing Michelle's crop challenge, which is to use a product in 3 different ways. And we're using brads in 3 different ways. We've used brads as the center of flowers. We've used brads in the hole for tags. And then we're going to poke some holes and use the rest of these brads as tiny little enamel dots, kind of. Plus, I also have floral brads. So we're going to put those down too. So we're going to use them in 3 different ways. Trying to figure out which one of these works in this one. So if you've done some of the crop challenges, which ones have you done? So I think we're at the point now where there's a couple of different mixed media challenges. T had a spritz challenge, a spray challenge. Then there's a Sarah's challenge, which is the one that I did last week or 2 weeks ago, which is to use different size photos that are not 4x6, which I thought was a really cool challenge. Amy's was to scrap lift. Mine was to combine collections. Oh, thank you, Arlene. That's great. I've done yours and Amy's. Awesome. Amy's was to scrap lift. Mine was to combine different collections. B and 2. Gina had, I think, mixed media. I'm trying to remember help me guys. What was Sherry's? Sherry's and Tisa. What was your challenge? I'm forgetting. Oh, layers. That's right. Sherry's was layers, lots and lots of layers. Oh, and Shayla's was use something old and new, which I thought was a really good idea. So lots of different challenges. We tried to have 10, so we included Shayla and Michelle, our guest designers. So you had 10 challenges you could choose from. I thought that was fun. Okay, how are we liking it? This is the base of the page. What do we think? This is really bothering me. So what we're going to do here is figure out exactly what angle I need to cut this at and fix it a little bit. I mean, I feel like I got it right. Slightly better. Slightly better. Okay. Last thing that we need to do is let's poke some holes around and use a little bit more. So I've got a blue, a green, a couple different greens. A yellow. We'll put 3 over here. We'll put 3 right here. And then where did I've got these. I'm missing one. These 3 flower ones. Actually, maybe what we'll do is we'll replace, look at that, a flower in each of the kind of sets. So we have 2 enamels and a flower in each one of these sets. But let's just poke 3 holes in each one of these sections and have fun. Actually, I'm going to replace that with a yellow. Okay. So I've got my 3 sets of 3. So we'll start right down here. And this is using brads as enamel dots. So that's my 3rd way to use brads. Okay, then let's flip this over. You got to really push down so that they don't bother anything. And then maybe right over here, actually. Let's poke some holes there. Okay. And we'll push these down. And last one. There was so much rain. In fact, the funny thing is like there was like an article that came out that said, hey, it's great. For the first time since September, Connecticut does not have a drought. And I was like, well, yeah, that's because all we've had is nothing but nonstop crazy rain. But thanks, people, for being super excited about that. But yeah, we no longer have a drought, which apparently was a big problem for a while. It is definitely not a problem anymore. I have just not had time. I mean, the design team knows this because I've kind of dropped the ball on a few things, but I have been so busy with work. My work has just been insane. So like I didn't have a chance to do the team I know normally you have a design team challenge. I just didn't have time to organize that this month, so sorry about that. I think T is going to handle that on her challenge for Friday. So there's going to be a design team challenge then. Hopefully that wasn't a surprise, T. Sorry. And then I haven't got the calendar ready. And I know May, I think, is becoming the new like holiday stressor for everybody. Like everybody I talk to is so busy in May with schools ending and everything going on. And Drew's home from college and the kids had exams and we have holidays and all the stuff going on at work. It's just been insane. Arlene, this is two different challenges. The first challenge is the normal May scrapbook room layouts and more challenge of using florals on your layout. So I have used florals on your layout. The second challenge is Michelle's crop challenge, which is to use a product in 3 different ways. So the product is brads, and I've used them as the center of a tag. I've used them as the center of florals. And then I used it as just as if they were enamel dots on the page. So I use brads in 3 different ways. So I think the only thing I have left for this layout is to journal here, and that's what I'm going to do. But we stamped on these cute little things. We've used a ton of florals, and we used the Wonder collection from Paige Evans, which there's not a lot of Wonder left. But as I said at the beginning, in my personal opinion, a lot of Paige Evans collections look similar. So if you just looked at this and you said, I absolutely love the vibe of this paper that Jessica used or the embellishments, you can go onto the link I put and find any other Paige Evans collection, and you're going to find a similar kind of vibe. So any other questions? Oh, sorry, T. Sorry. I after I said it out loud, I thought, oh, maybe I just ruined that. But sorry. So only the people here, and if you're on here, you're going to know, and other people aren't going to know. So see, it's like so you're in on a secret. It's kind of fun. And there's only 6 people watching, so 7 people watching. Oh, right now there's 8 people. It just keeps going up. Sorry, T. Anyway, other than that, I have to get the calendar ready for June. And we're working on what the challenge will be for June. We're also actively, just so you guys know, the next big crop will be in online crop. Michelle actually put the theme. I love it. So I'm working on getting all of those challenges together and out. But so the next big crop will be July, and I think you guys are going to love everything about it. And I don't have anything else. Anybody have any questions for me? As I'm putting these very huge, very large embellishments away for the rest of this. And I still have all of these florals that I didn't even use on this page. I guess I could, we're just sitting here. We could at least put a couple more flowers. We could put another flower on here. Let's put another flower on here just for fun. Look at that. That's fun. Put this one up here. We're just going to add a couple of more flowers on here for fun, for funsies. I have this like one silver one. Okay, we're going to just add those just so that I can say I used some of these from my stash. But anyone have any questions while I am attaching these flowers? Can't wait. I know. I can't wait for I think you guys are going to love the July. You're going to absolutely love the July theme. Super fun, super creative. We'll have 25 challenges. I think everybody understands that for the National Scrapbook Day, we only had 10. It was a mini crop, but we'll be back to having 25 for the July crop. I think everyone will love that. I'm just adding some more flowers because why? Because I can. And whether or not this glue will actually work with this felt, we'll find out, I guess. Would have been going to use to put brads there, but I didn't. So, okay. Added a couple more flowers since we could. I think that is actually all. I will talk to you guys later. I don't think I have another live this month, but I'll be back in June. And as always, if you have any questions for the design team, feel free to comment anywhere on the page and we will get back to you. Thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.